Can you hear me? Hello. I don't know if you're
Teacher,
talking. Oh, yes. Yes, tell me.
I can hear you.
Oh, really? Wait. What about now? Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
I can't. I'm
Okay.
going to try again.
What about now? Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. What about now? Rebecca, I don't know if you're trying to talk. You're mute. If this can help, sorry, click on test speaker and microphone, okay? Test speaker and microphone. This can help you. Hello, Neftali, Diana, and Jose. How are you?
Fine, teacher.
Excellent. Okay, we're gonna start with our class. Just we're gonna play truth and dare. Have you ever heard about it?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, we're gonna play it. But the idea is that if you cannot, or if you don't want to answer, you are going to, or well, your classmates going to assign you or give you a dare. You know, you can choose between truth or dare. So I'm gonna start with Neftali because he has experience with that activity. Okay, do you agree? You can do it, you can do it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna, I had prepared a roulette wheel, but I don't know what happened with the roulette wheel. It is not like taking the questions. I don't know what happened with my roulette wheel. So we are gonna type it in the chat. This is your question. Have you ever regift a present? Regifted, sorry.
What is a gift?
It's, for example, you receive a gift and the same gift you give to another person.
Oh, like um
For
no,
example, I give you a shirt, okay? And you don't like this shirt, so you give this shirt to Jose,
to
something like that.
another person. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I have never, I have never registered uh, to another person.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So another question. You can pick the victim. Neftali, you can choose between
Um,
Diana and Jose because I don't know if Rebecca can talk.
I can hear you now.
Okay, 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 excellent. So also Rebecca, you can choose. So Neftali, Diana,
Diana,
Rebecca, or okay, Diana. Okay, Diana, I have a question for you. If you don't want to answer it, you receive a dare. Okay,
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Okay, I have checked the chat. Okay,
Okay.
have
Have
you
you
ever
ever?
stolen something from your job?
Mm, no, I never do that. um, Let me see. No. Uh, Personal things or something like that. No, never. I have never do that because I love my good job. I love my work. And
Okay,
and no,
okay,
um, I never.
okay, Diana, you can choose
Yes.
the next victim.
Rebecca.
Okay, so Rebecca, this is your question. You can choose, you can answer it or not. If you don't want to answer it, you receive a dare. Have you ever lied to your boss?
Uh, yes, I have.
Okay, can you tell us which was your lie?
Um, Maybe for I say I need to I need a day or don't go to the work
Okay.
or in the past something or my excuse
Mhm.
it's okay.
Yes.
My excuse is something about the university, but maybe it's a party
A party. My
or
goodness. Okay.
yes.
And have you ever your boss noticed that? Noticed that this wasn't true?
Mm, I think uh, they didn't
Ah, okay. Okay.
because
Uh-huh.
I'm a good liar.
Ah, you are an expert. Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. So you can
Okay.
choose another victim.
Let me see.
Jose hasn't
Mm,
participated yet. So think about it.
yes, Jose.
Okay. Okay. So Jose, can you talk? Jose, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, excellent. So I have a question for you. Have you ever
Okay.
used a fake ID? It's like you're doing, but a fake one. If you don't want to answer, you have to uh, make a dare.
Mm, Let me see. I remember. And um, not. I. I haven't.
Sure. Are you sure?
Yes. Sí. Yes. Sí.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I have you have to pick another person.
Okay. Let me see. Mm,
It could be Diana, Neftali, or Rebecca.
mm, Next up.
Okay, Nefta. I I have
Okay.
a question for you. Have you ever peed on a pool? If you don't want to answer it, it's okay. You have the opportunity to do a dare.
Have you ever peed in a pool?
Do you know what's the meaning of peed?
Yes.
Okay.
I have never for
Oh,
that for that reason. I don't like to go on vacation at at visited a pool.
you have never visited a pool.
Uh, I don't like teacher.
Ah, okay, okay, interesting. It is a good reason. Yes.
Yeah, for that
Okay.
I don't like to
Okay.
go.
Okay, so can you pick another one?
Diana.
Okay, Diana, I have the same question for you. Have you ever peed in a pool?
Well, I'm agree with Naftali. I don't like it visited the pools, the swimming pool. But in my case, no, I never that. I think it's um how do you say asqueroso?
You can say dirty, but I will search.
Uh,
I will investigate the
that is
I don't remember if it is nasty, but I will search it.
okay. And well, in my person, no, I never that. That for that reason, I bought a swimming pool in my house.
Ah, okay.
I bought and when I had vacations, had my own swimming pool.
Okay,
And
and that's better. Okay,
yes,
excellent. So the word is disgusting. Mhm,
disgusting. Okay.
mhm. Okay,
Teacher.
yes, tell me.
And awful is the same like disgusting. Awful.
Yes, but they are used in different like context. For example, awful can be a terrible situation. Oh, that's awful. What are you thinking about or talking about? Awful, it's like horrendo. So disgusting is something that it's awkward. It's something bad. It's the meaning of what Diana was trying to say. So they are almost the same, but you have to use it in different context.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna share with you the link. Sorry, sorry, I am crazy. My screen. And we have today speaking practice, okay? Okay, screen. Yes, no?
Yes.
Ah, okay, excellent. So, because we have a speaking practice, we're gonna try to do a short review. So please, Rebecca, help me read.
Present perfect. We use present perfect to talk about events in the past that affect the present. Actions that has not finished. For example, she has worked in the same company for 10 years. And repeated actions, they haven't visited Spain several times.
Okay, thank you. So did you remember what was like the explanation for this action that has not finished? Neftali?
Uh, um, for example, um, she has traveled in the same airplane.
Okay, we have some key here. We use these time expressions to get more context. If I say for 10 years, I am talking about a period, okay? So I can add this phrase to the example. She has traveled in the same airplane for, Neftali,
For 5 years.
for 5 years. Very good job. So now I am saying that she is still traveling in the same airplane, and this she is still doing in the present. The action started in the past but affects the present. Okay,
Okay.
excellent. Can you give me another example, Diana?
Let me see. With repeat or action.
No, for actions.
Actions. Okay. Mm, I have um I have worked in a call center for 5 years.
Okay, so is it start in the past?
Yes.
Are you in the same company nowadays?
Yes.
Okay, so the action hasn't finished yet.
Hasn't.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. Now we're talking about repeated actions. The key for this one, it's several times, many times, a lot of times, and you use this type of quantifiers: a lot, many, several, and so on. Okay, so Rebecca, can you give me an example?
Mm, mm, he has mm, don't know, but he has cooked,
Cook like that?
cooked,
Ah, very good job. He has cooked.
cooked his lunch by himself. I'm not sure.
Just like that?
Maybe.
Okay, remember that this is the key. If you put the quantifier, sorry, the time expression several times, I am saying that this is a repeated actions. Remember the key is here. Here.
So several times.
Several times. He has cooked his lunch by himself several times. You don't need to add this one. It's the same. He has lunch. He has cooked his lunch. Or
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
if you want, you can add it. It's okay. It's not a problem. But I think it is unnecessary.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Jose, can you give me another example of a repeated action?
Repeated action.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ha I have been in the Cameroon
Ah,
for in the Cameroon for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes,
Okay. Is that a repeated action or an action that hasn't finished yet? I have been in the Cameroon for 2 weeks. Is that a repeated action?
no, it's I have been in the Cameroon for many times
Ah, okay. Why did you change the time expression? Jose, why did you change for 2 weeks and now we say many times?
because the sentence was action, now finish.
In the last example, it was an example for this part, but now we are talking about repeated actions. That means if I use it, if I did the activity once and once and once and once, it is a repeated action, okay? That means that you have been, I don't know, like 4 times in the camino, so you are repeating the action. Very good job. So now we're gonna talk about just the yes no questions, okay? So can you give me a question, a yes no question, Diana?
Yes. Let me see. Have you have you eaten Chinese food?
Right, right. Okay. So your answer will be
Yes, I have.
yes or which is the
Uh,
other option?
and or no,
No.
no,
Mhm.
no,
No,
I haven't.
I haven't. Excellent. Do you remember what is the difference, let me see, Neftali, between yes, no questions and WH questions?
Different is mm, the verb.
The word WH or the verb, which verb?
No, the she has worker, and the other have you.
Oh, yes, yes. I noticed what I'm saying. Just yes, no questions. The difference between yes, no questions, yes, no questions, and W, W, I, WH questions is the answer that you receive. In this one, you receive a simple answer. And with this one, with WH words like why, when, how often, how many, how much, you receive a more extensive answer, okay? So we're gonna use the same example. Can you ask for more information, Rebecca, using the same question? Have you eaten Chinese food? Now using a
Eh,
WH word.
where have you eaten Chinese food?
Very good job. Now your answer will be
I have eaten Chinese food in mm, restaurante Unan.
in a restaurant.
Yes, in a restaurant.
In a restaurant, okay. Yes, excellent. So do you notice the difference? This is just yes or no. Here you have more information. Okay. So any doubt, any I don't know, any question about the topic? No? Yes? Maybe?
No.
Are you there?
Yes. For me, no have doubts in in this moment.
Okay, okay, excellent. Just give me a second. Okay, we're gonna continue with the interviews, like be prepared for interviews, but first of all, I'm gonna send you a link and it has a lot of questions, okay? So you will be working in pairs, Rebecca with Jose and Diana with Neftali, as an example. Those are some questions. There are 250 questions you can choose which one do you want to ask. For example, have you ever stolen something from your job? Or have you ever had a crush on a coworker? Have you ever ghosted a friend? Have you ever regretted something you did to get a crush or partner attention? So you see, you have different questions here and you can choose and ask for it. The idea is to have a conversation, okay? Or you can make your own answers, your own questions. So I'm gonna create the breakout rooms. You open the link or create your own answers, your own questions. So please join your breakout room and start the conversation. Rebecca, please join your breakout room.
in in one time with uh chicken uh chicken. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Um, Let me see. I have a question. How many? Let me see. How many selfies do you take a day?
How many
How many
how many did
selfies?
you take a
Yes.
day? Uh, in my for for me, I never uh, take a selfies. I don't like.
Oh,
I
well,
don't
and my
like take a selfies.
take
And
a
you?
selfie. And me, well, I took a selfies, but no every day. Um, I think take selfies only when I go um an special place like a restaurant or like or the beach. But in my house, no. Maybe if I have if I have time or if I have a yes, if I have time, I maybe take a selfie, but it's
Friend, give $1 and give $1 and the end we give to the tip $5.
That's good. Okay, now you.
Have you ever had a crush on a coworker?
Mm, I haven't. I
Mm,
haven't.
okay.
Mhm. Now, have you ever faked sick to get out of a party?
Have you ever... What is the answer? The
Is
question.
19. Have you ever faked sick to get out of a party?
Have you fake? Yes, in my job, I told to my
Boss?
boss and told him, hey boss, I'm sick today. I can't go to work because I feel uh, I f- I have problem in my have have and the boss told me, don't worry, Naftali, you can have a day off.
But you went to a party.
But me went to a party and told to my friend, hey, don't take a photo because because if my boss saw the photo, it's going to I'm going to have a problem in the company. Don't
Oh,
upload the photo on red social. Yes.
You are you are a crazy man.
Hello, hello.
Hi, teacher.
How are you?
I'm trying to speak with fluency, but I
Yes.
can't.
Oh, it's. Don't worry. We are gonna try to assign you more and more and more speaking to get that objective. Don't worry. Okay, now we have more practice. This is your activity, your next activity. The idea is that you get fluency in a natural way. So if I bring you the questions, it is not too natural, right? Now you are going to have to make it more natural. For that reason, you are going to suppose that you are going to meet an old friend. For example, Neftali and Jose, and Rebecca and Diana, something like that. So the idea is that you use present perfect, you use WH questions or yes, no questions to create an interesting conversation about some experience. I don't know, something like traveling, food, or something like that. So the first will be Neft and Jose. Okay, so you have to create an interesting conversation between you, but in a natural way. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, excellent. What about you, Jose?
Okay.
Okay, time is it is your time.
Uh, Jose, have you ever tried spicy food?
Oh, wait, but you have to, this is your friend, so you have to, I don't know, say like, hello, how are you? How have you
No.
been? Something like that. Like a normal conversation between you and a friend.
Hi, Jose, how are you?
Hi, Nestra. It's okay. And you? What about you?
Uh, Me, actually, I'm working very hard, and and, and what about you?
In my house, I am resting today because in my work I have a lot of work, and,
Uh,
right now it's okay.
Have you ever mm, ate a spicy food?
Uh, yes, I have. Spicy food is delicious for me, and uh, uh, every week I have eaten eating uh, uh, in in every every lunch
Mm,
and you uh, do you like spicy
yes, I like spicy food, and for example, when I have a, a party with my friend, something I like to buy spicy food and fast food, and sometimes like to prepare a lot of kind of food and to drink something for get drunk. And um, have you ever been here in El Salvador, um, or Sonsonate?
and I haven't been in Sonsonate. I I haven't visited Sonsonate. And have you been in the place in the San Salvador, for example, in have you visited the supermarket in Metro Centro or
Yes,
cinema?
yes. Um, my my father and my mother live in the Boquerón, and and when I have time, I visited my father, and I like to go to. If I have money, I like to go to. Uh, so like to go to see a movie in a cinema, and only that. And
Oh, okay, guys. Time. Thank you for your participation. Just remember, when we are talking with a friend, the conversation it's like more fluent. Like, oh, I am glad to hear that. That it's very good. Oh, why you don't like to go there? Do you like, or which type of movie do you like to go to watch, or something like that? So the conversation it's more natural. You have like more opportunity to ask a lot of things. Okay, so
okay,
it's Diana and Rebecca turn. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, Hi, Rebecca. Long time no see you. How are you?
Hi, Diana. Yeah, I'm so good. How are you? What's
Uh,
new?
that I'm good now. Was studying in the university, and now that I have plans will go to travel another country. And tell me about you. Do you have any plans or I don't know. Let me see. Let me know if you have any plans to go travel or I don't know. Let me let me know.
Okay, yes, I'm thinking about visit some new country, but first of all, what are you studying?
Was studying I was studying a language in the university, but
It's cool.
yes, let me see. But now I have I have another let me see. I have another plans to
You can say
uh,
career
career. Okay.
if you're talking about that you change of career, that now you are not studying a language and you are studying another thing.
Yes, I have plans to study another career a a gastronomy. I don't know if it's like correct or chef. Because I would like to learn to cook Chinese food. Let me know if you have um, have you eaten Chinese food?
Yes, actually, I was working in a restaurant, in a Chinese restaurant. Oh,
Uh, then that sounds good. You need to get me a tip for that because I would like to learn. And
I I I have sometimes I went to the kitchen of the restaurant, but cook, cooking isn't my thing. I don't like.
why? Um,
I don't know. I think the people must have. the- I think that cooking is an ability, and I
yes, it's an
haven't.
ability. And for me, I don't have
But
the ability, but I would like to learn. I don't know if you
that's
want
good.
to go learn with me, and maybe
Yes,
we'll be learning together and traveling to another
yes.
country and working about that. I don't
That sounds good. We can search for a class on Saturdays or something like that, and maybe one day go to China
Yes,
and taste a real Chinese food.
yes, that's the idea. Um, I can, we can achieve together that dream. I don't know.
Okay, girls.
I,
So yes, continue.
yes, no, it's only that.
Okay, okay. So did you notice the difference when you have the correct intonation, the conversation sounds interesting. But if you say, "Yes, I have traveled to that country," and I don't know, But if you say, yes, I have traveled to that country, I have traveled to China, or maybe I would like to travel to China, something like that. The intonation, if you get the correct intonation, the conversation will be interesting. I like that you make plans. That's something good. Okay, so just feedback. Supermarket, it's like la despensa de Don Juan, or Super Selectos, or Tienda El Milagro. So supermarket and mall are different. A mall, it's like Siman, like Metrocentro, in which there are a lot of shops, like a bakery, like Starbucks, a Cinemark. mm, what is the other one? Cinepolis. So it is different if you say supermarket or mall. Also, if you are going to go to the cinema, you say watch. When I am talking about movies, I say watch instead of see, okay? Or videos. Also, gastronomy is the career. Chef is the person who studied that career. A chef study gastronomy. Do you notice the difference? And also, maybe, Rebecca, I don't know if you are the waitress, because you are not the girl who is cooking.
No, I wasn't. I was working in the
Oh, is it
administrative.
you are in the administrative part
Yes, yes.
department? Oh, okay, okay. So just that. This is your feedback. I am glad to hear that you are using the verbs in the past participle in a correct way. Just maybe to practice more. When do we use it? Remember that we use it for repeated actions or actions that hasn't finished yet. Yet. Sorry, I'm crazy. So just that. I don't know if you have any comment, any doubt, any question.
I don't, teacher.
Okay,
No.
excellent. So I'm gonna stop to share, and I'm gonna